Right, at 14-0 behind.
I was on a fucking plane at 5 o'clock today.
I'm not interested. It's all excuses, mate. I want to know how I'm going to fix this up for next week.
Anyway, he put it in, so it's good.
Yes,
he did his job properly.
He did do it absolutely
and it's nice
properly.
to hear from
I was giving him credit for getting in touch via Twitter.
Oh, right, okay.
And putting it together. And
no, I don't want to encourage people to do fucking shit like that and expect me to type it up, but luckily this chap didn't.
Right, okay. Right. So am I happy with him or not?
Yeah, we're happy, we're loving it.
Right, great stuff. We're happy he got in touch.
Yeah.
He covered all the bases.
Yeah.
Don't get in touch via Twitter.
Not with game reviews.
Use the Google form for game reviews.
Yeah.
It's really simple. Surprised you don't all understand what we're doing.
Oh, well, we should apologise whilst we're on a Google form segue. To Ludo, he sometimes puts bits of feedback or comments about the news on the Google form as well, which is normally totally fine, but because we put the rundown and then the reviews together separately today, it didn't make it into the rundown, so I apologise to him for that.
It's all right. We've given him a reach round once in the show. He's all right. He's had his chin.
I'm sure he'll get more to come.
He's had his chin. He's had his chin tickled. Well, let's get back to what this young lad or lass had to say, because it's pertinent. At 14-0 behind, I thought this could be a long day for the lads, but full credit to them as they never gave up and battled through dreadful conditions to gain a well-earned point. Tom Alberson also scored his first try for Widnes. Man of the match I'd give to Jack Buchanan, not just for his performances on the field, but for finding time to have a game of rugby with the young fans in the square before the game. Classy stuff. Hashtag, come on you Vikings, black dot, white dot.
Brian Davies said, played in terrible conditions, was more like mud wrestling. Catalan's discipline killed them again. They had Widnes on the rack, but instead of playing steady, sensible rugby, they reverted to type and niggled and gave away cheap possession, which Widnes punished them for. Great point, Widnes.
There you go. And the final word on this one we'll give to Paul Ludo Lewis. He says, bar the poor discipline, that's more like it from the Vikings. A poor first half, but a much improved second. I presume that after a telling off from a gravelly voiced Adonis. Special shout out to Bridge and Buchanan, who I thought was superb, but Joe Mellett can't return soon enough. Reece Hambry needs to work sharpish on his catching, as after the last few weeks he'll be facing more high balls than a midget prostitute this season. That's great work. That's great work indeed, Paul. Okay, as of 4 minutes past 1 this afternoon, the stat pack was not up on the Super League website.
Well, we've got it. So we'll start with the home, given it's a draw, we'll start with the home side.
Yes.
And we will go with Justin Horrow had 43 tackles. Remy Casti worked hard for 113 metres, Luke Burgess 134. So it looks like the starting props there put in big shifts for the Catalan Dragons. Mm-hmm. Greg Bird with 191 metres as well. Kept his strong efforts in the start of the season. He's determined to do well, isn't he?
Yeah.
For the Catalan Dragons, it's good to see, because obviously he's a big name coming over and working hard is amazing. Okay, for Widnes.
Well, congratulations first of all to Tom Alberson bagging his first try in Super League for some years.
Well, yeah, well done to him.
Bradford Bulls.
Widnes, let me get those numbers up. We will start with Hep Cahill, as always.
As we always do.
Ringing the tackle bell. 47 tackles, 13 of which were marker tackles. He did not have a missed tackle recorded. Mm-hmm. So, tough effort from big Hep Cahill there. We will also go to Charlotte Runciman with 122 running metres there.
She did well.
She did fine. That's it for hitting the notes that we would normally pick up on.
There you go. So a point apiece for Catalan and Widnes. What does all that mean in terms of our predictions, Super Brew and Dream Team updates, Mark?
Well, you should know better than me, because you did this.
I just wanted to hear you say it, that I beat you this week.
You did. Well done, Tom.
But there's no shade, there's no pride in this victory, because at 3 out of 6 I'm hardly impressing myself.
I kind of told you that you'd won, because you thought it was the other way around.
I thought I'd lost.
So well done. I think cumulatively, we don't have them written down, but we're working on you're on.
It's 12 out
of 20.
12, you're on 11 out of 20.
Yeah, which isn't great going for the early season reckoning, is it? No. We're certainly not going to be challenging anyone in the Super Brew, but who is?
The mysterious Cheesy Chips, who I'm now led to believe is one Helen Hughes. fame. Leads the way on 20 points. Chris McKeon and Paul O'Brien both in the top 5 as well. Yellow Cat went to Davy Boy this week, and the spoon went to Daytime.
Look, I'm just happy to not get the spoon.
You did drop
I'm feeling like spoon is coming my way soon, the way I'm going in this blooming Super League. What about the Dream Team, Thomas?
Dream Team, well, it comes as no surprise to you, Mark, that RL Bet Stats Select 13, otherwise known as Liam Reddington, leads the way on 2,080 points, but the weekly winner this week was a young lady who advertises no affiliation, Vicky B, with a massive 794 points. So congratulations, Vicky. She has another team in the top 5 as well.
Now Liam's on 2163 overall, but
changed since the stats have been updated this afternoon.
Vicky's in second place with one of her teams, and then 6th place with this team. Vicky, get in touch with us. Tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're a Bulls fan.
Or whoever.
Well, she doesn't have a team according to that, so she might be a Bulls fan.
She could
take more Bulls fans on board. Or fans from anywhere in the league. Yeah, fine. Right, that's Super League well and truly covered then. Let's take a look at some results from elsewhere in the world of Rugby League. Right, so to other results in Rugby League this weekend, Mark. We'll start with the Championship Round 4, London Broncos.
Round 5, weren't it?
Wow. Yes, it was Round 5.
Yeah. Okay.
This is from the pro forma that you gave me.
I know, I hadn't changed it, had I?
I'm only making it clear for the listeners before they'll start piping. Oh, fucking hell, Tom does this, Tom does that. Well, this was Mark's fault. All right.
What were they getting at you for last week?
I don't know, they're always getting at me.
There was a bit of getting at last week,
I'm getting a bit bored of this Tom bashing. Anyway, it was round 5. Round 5 of the Championship. To be honest, I was surprised that no one came at me for laughing at the death of some poor lad's
Someone mentioned it, yeah.
But they were laughing at me laughing at it. So
it was funny.
We're all as heartless as each other.
Did you listen to it back?
I listened to that bit just to hear how much of a prick I was, to be honest, and it was all right. I've been prickier. Championship round 5 this weekend, Mark. London Broncos emphatically beating the Bradford Bulls 42 points to 12. We even got some feedback on this one.
Yeah, Ian Gatwood said, expecting a close game, but in reality this was as convincing a victory as one could imagine, running in 7 tries for Bradford's 2. The first half was the best I've seen them play all season. Tries from Walker Keir, Garside with 2, Barth out, killed off the game. Intensity dropped in the first 20 of the second half, but Samet and Dixon added to the Bulls' woes. Samet 7 out of 8. Reality for Bulls, great performance by London, and Paul got in touch with a tough game. Bulls fought for everything and gave their all. That's giving you a lot of credit, isn't it?
Yeah, he's good as Paul.
Probably did not deserve to lose by 30 points. Broncos were just too strong. I said it at the beginning of the season, I will say it again. Bulls will stay up. The squad is good enough and they are playing as a team.
Yeah, that's the thing that Bulls fans take from the minute. When the defeats come, it's not because heads have gone down, it's because there's just the deficit in terms of talent and age and experience, and the lads are trying really hard.
You're a part-time team, effectively.
Yeah.
In reality now, even though, are they still training full-time? How's it working?
They do train full-time.
Yeah, but the squad that's been assembled isn't the same calibre as, say, the
London Broncos.
The London Broncos.
Or Hull KR, Mark, who were 50 points to 10 winners over the Sheffield Eagles. Sheffield had led at one stage in this. Halifax were defeated at home 10 points to 12 by Toulouse, bouncing back from their defeat to the Bradford Bulls.
There was a controversial try given to Toulouse in the first half that swung the momentum of this one in, I'm guessing, terrible conditions again, like all of West Yorkshire was.
It's been a bit of a deluge
yesterday.
This week, haven't you? Elsewhere,
well, Toulouse winning away from home, Tom, I think is worthy of dropping a little note on. And
it is,
because we've talked about how they're smashing teams at home, scraping away, but not quite matching teams away.
Listen, they could very easily have gone on to beat Bradford at home. If the match had been 5 minutes longer than last week, we would have probably won that. So they've got it in them. They've got it in them to win away.
We have to wonder what's going on with facts, and there's a lot of maybe questions need to start getting asked there if they want to be thinking about the top 4, because it's not the greatest of starts.
No, it isn't. And elsewhere in West Yorkshire, whilst the deluge fell, it was Featherstone 9, Rochdale Hornets 10, so an away win for the newly promoted Rochdale side. Mark, we had some feedback.
Yeah, Dr. Bob Phillips said, as a long-standing fan of the Hornets...
Look at that.
I was impressed by
You can't start cheering on good teams once yours turn to shit, Bob. That's not how it works, mate.
I was impressed by the sensible game management in the first half that put the team 8-2 in front. The second half saw Fax pull ahead and could have gone further. They are helping improve some players from a local middle eight team called the Rhinoceroses, I think. But despite a drop goal lead, they failed to keep their heads and lost through a penalty goal.
Long-standing Featherstone Rovers fan, Bob Phillips
Hornets
there.
fan.
Yes, sorry, long-standing Hornets fan. Whoever, really. He'll cheer anyone on. It seems like these days.
Well, he did tell us the other week he has family links to Rochdale, didn't he?
Oh, of course, yeah, he's got in-laws, hasn't he?
I don't know if it's his. I don't know if it's in-laws or his.
I think it was his in-laws, yeah.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
Not quite the private dancer I'm making him out to be. Batley Bulldogs were 22 points to 18 winners over the Swinton Lions, and Oldham versus Dewsbury was postponed due to the poor weather mark.
Unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. You're quite right. Into League, that's unfortunate. What was that tone for? Into League One, then the Toronto Wolfpack were 76 points to nothing winners away at the London Scholars.
We had tons, obviously.
Tons of fun on this one.
Televised, as well as lots of our friends being at the game too. Brian Davies said, "Was good to meet Bruiser 664 at this one, even if he did get a selfie with some bald guy just because he was wearing a suit."
I don't get it.
Did you see the exchange they had on Twitter trying to see who was there?
Yeah, I couldn't help but see it because they were tagging us in it like we could help them.
Well, we did help him.
But yeah,
no, well you don't. Sean sent a tweet saying, "I'm at the back of the stand wearing the Canada shirt." Then about 3 minutes later goes, "Scratch that, I've just realised I'm at the back of the stand wearing the leather jacket over the Canada shirt."
Oh dear.
But anyway,
this is why they need us to coordinate things with the glue that hold these people together, Mark.
Brian says the day showed why having Toronto in this league was the right decision. Great day for Scholars, record crowd, over 1,500 were on.
Yeah.
Loads of interest, lots of stories for Toronto. They can ease in new players later in the season and repeat in Championship in 2018 on the back of a winning team. Wonderful day out.
Brilliant.
TG, who must be Tim G, let's assume, or someone else. If you're not Tim G, then make yourself known. Oh no, because Tim G comes later.
Yeah.
Make yourself known to us, TG. He says, great production by Premier Sports, although token Canadian was no Tanya Arnold. Was also fantastic to see the stands full. Normally I have a row of seats to myself.
I didn't see the coverage on Premier Sports. I didn't know whether or not they brought in a total Canadian, but now that I'm aware of that, I'm assuming that it's someone with a really thick Canadian accent. We're here to see some Rugby League being played, eh?
I've recorded this one to watch.
So you're going to get to watch it back for us?
Yeah. Dr. Hideous said, in the pre-season games I went to against Wigan and the Broncos, the Scholars done good, but today they were just blown away. It's hard to say from just one league game what this means. Are Toronto just that good, or are they merely better than the Scholars and the Scholars had a bad day? Things to take from the match. Toronto need to be more careful about discipline and errors. Scholars at least didn't give up and played right to the end. Tim G Radio said, the Wolfpack on a 4G pitch with a true bounce was always going to be dangerous, and the Scholars fought well for most of the game. I do wonder if the numbers of injuries picked up by London was due to the dangers of a full-time team playing part-timers. Hope Fui doesn't get too long a ban so we can see him soon.
Yeah, he bagged a hat-trick for him, didn't
he? He did, yeah, and might be the last time for 3 or 4 or 5 games that we see it. I think 4 games. Is he on a grade E?
He's
on a grade E, I think.
He's in pretty serious bother, isn't he? Naughty boy. Tim G Radio continued.
No, this is another game.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Oxford Hemel.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay, so it was also in League 1, Round 1. Then it was Barrow 28, York City Knights 0. Oxford were 40 points to 12 winners over Hemel, Mark.
Yeah, and Tim G said, he actually said it was Oxford versus Dewsbury, but...
Good lad.
So 3 out of 3 ain't bad.
The shit writes itself, Mark.
Hemel made a lot of errors, and the game never threatened to flow between that and all the penalties. Casey Canterbury was a cut above at 9 and ran an impressive lines to make headway. Callum Bustin was also impressive up the middle. Hopefully we can cut out some of our errors and next week, and especially towards the end.
Okay, wonderful. Anyone else get in touch on actual Oxford versus Hemel?
Yeah, Ollie Smith said, couldn't make it again this week, but from what I've heard, it sounds like a very impressive and professional performance from the Blues. Great to start the season from the lads with 3 wins from 3 so far. Bring on Town next week. Fantastic. Come on, you Blues.
There you go. Okay, away from that then, Workington were defeated 20 points to 24 at home by Newcastle.
Second time in 2 weeks that Newcastle have beaten Workington, and...
yeah, they like
good signs for the Thunder, isn't it?
They like beating Workington to the Thunder, don't they? South Wales Ironmen were 10 points to 27 losers against Whitehaven.
Not a disgrace.
Not a disgrace at all. Keighley Cougars registered a strong victory over the North Wales Crusaders, 50 points to 8. It was Hunslet 10, Gloucestershire All Golds 6 mark.
At Lee All Golds RL.